Hello, everybody. I bet you all wish you submitted pictures now. Who knew? For some reason, it always rains on visit day. I don't know what it is. If we're just trying to set reasonable expectations, I guess, because usually it is much sunnier here. Last presentation of the day. Nobody's sleeping yet. Thank you very much. I see lots of eyes open. Congratulations again. Congratulations for really a rigorous process to get to where you are today. I'm Julie McShane. I'm the Associate Director of the Career Development Team here at the Fung Institute. And the Career Development Team consists of myself and 2 career coaches. I've been working in higher education for 15 years in various career capacities. And I've been at Cal for almost 10 years and with the Fung Institute for almost 7 years. So since our first class, I've been working with engineers for a long time now. I've developed a true passion for it. I love working with the tech community. I love working with engineers. It's really a rewarding experience. And like I saw this morning with people from all over the world, so I can relate to that. I'm not from the Bay Area originally. I've lived and worked in Chicago, Madison, Wisconsin, Boston, Seville, Spain, Tokyo. So I know what it's like to pick up and move to a new place. However, after moving here, this is, I could say without hesitation, this is the best place. And I hope many of you will agree with me and end up here next year. So for the next few minutes, I want to give you an overview for what kind of career services we offer, what kind of professional skill development you can expect from the Masters of Engineering program. And it's really all integrated. You know, you'll become stronger engineers here, you'll become leaders, and professional skill development, I think, is equally important. Like Alex said earlier this morning, depending who you talk to, the focus shifts a little bit. But you know, I'm really into skills, professional skill development. And so that's me. I would love to see, we saw where you're from earlier today. How about academically? Where is the EECS department? EECS in the house today. Okay, great. It's always interesting to see how departments start to gather together as you meet people. IUR, not back yet? Okay, well, I will talk slowly until they get here. Mechanical back. Okay, I'm glad we're taking attendance then. BioE, great. You guys kind of got together. Nuclear. MSc people? Okay, wonderful. How many people here have work experience? How many people are coming from industry? Okay, so a decent amount of you. So we have a very diverse group. I hope I can answer a lot of your questions. We also have an alumni panel and current student panel here today. So of course, their perspective is just like earlier today, really imperative to answering your questions. So thanks, guys, for being here today. So the next step in your career really starts today, and I hope many of you that choose to come to this program are seeing that. You're from everything from the ambassador directory that we've provided to talking to one another. These are the resources and what's going to shape your professional goals and exploration. So I hope you've been enjoying today. And the next step, if you join the program, is not too far off. That is over the summer. We start working with students over the summer with a series of webinars to get you ready for Cal. As you heard, it is a fast program, and we expect a lot of you. So on the career development team, we start with you in June. We want to make sure you are ready when you get here so you can put your best foot forward. It's a professional program, and we want to make sure that you can take advantage of everything that is offered here. So we start providing those resources in June. You start hearing from us pretty early, so before you got here. And our goal is to help you find those resources, form the connections, and that path to success, no matter what it is. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're continuing your education or getting your first job, or pivoting in your career, we want to help guide you there. And it's not just us within the Masters of Engineering program that's here to support you. Beth talked about this earlier today, and I'm going to go into a little bit more detail, but you have the entire campus at your disposal. And outside of that, you have the whole Bay Area. There's so much to do and take advantage of. And the career development team helps you bring it into focus a little bit and forge your path. So this slide tells you our approach to career development. So we have 3 ways that we interact with you. The first is through a career coaching model. So one-on-one coaching to help you explore and set your goals for the year and beyond. We're integrated into the classroom, so you can think a little bit deeper about what those goals are and how you want to leverage your technical skills and learn from one another. We look around. These are your people. These are your peers in industry. And as you've heard today, we've had people go on to Forbes 30 Under 30, people starting companies, as that network is important. And it's one reason that the people decide to come to a program such as ours. And the skills that we're looking to help you develop really span the entire job search cycle. So we're here to help you at any point. And when you graduate this program, you know how to write a strong cover letter, resume, you know how to negotiate a salary, you understand the importance of online branding in your LinkedIn profile. So we have curriculum around all of this, and we help you not only shape those skills, but learn how to think critically about your future and how to shape it. In terms of career exploration, a lot of students come here without a specific destination in mind. So we want to give you opportunities along with the coaching to explore, to think about what your next step might be. Because you might not know. You might know that you're really interested in bioengineering, but how do you apply those skills to industry? What are your options? So we try and go through the steps with you. We bring in lots of alumni like we have today. Again, we start over the summer. We have a series that's called Ask the Expert, where alumni will run webinars to tell you about their industry, how they got into it. So you can learn, is that something that's for you or sound interesting, something that you want to continue to explore? And some of those webinars also start with professional development. So you can get to Cal, like I said, with a resume that's ready to go. A portfolio, if that's needed for your industry, so that you can work on over the summer. Within the exploration, we also have leadership opportunities. One of our panelists today is one of our student leaders, our career representatives. We had 7 this year. One of the representatives, actually 2 of them today, are at the Gigafactory in Reno doing a site visit with other students. So within this exploration space, there's an opportunity to exercise your leadership skills. So we try and work very closely with the cohort to arrange programming that's good for you to help you explore. And in terms of making connections, you will hear the word networking a lot in your professional career if you haven't already. That's one of the number one ways to get jobs and move on to your next steps, whatever they may be. And the MEng network is strong, and it's growing year after year. We host alumni events that are always very successful through one in the fall and one in the spring. So it gives you an opportunity to meet alumni that are living and working in the Bay Area. We just had one a few weeks ago. Microsoft hosted it in San Francisco. We had over 100 alumni RSVP to attend that event. Our alumni are eager. It's a great network. They're always looking to give back and share their expertise. Some other events that we host include a employer breakfast. That event is great. It kicks off recruiting season. Recruiting at Cal is very robust. That happens through the Central Career Center on campus. And we host a breakfast to get students talking to employers at the beginning of the recruiting season, which is in September. We have specific events for startups where we have startups come in and have a networking night. That's one of the great things about being in the Bay Area. There's so many innovative ideas, new companies starting, companies growing. It's a great way to learn about opportunities and potentially get jobs. And there's Bay Area events. A lot of students will take advantage of Autodesk Design Nights. So that happens on a monthly basis. Get some friends together, go into San Francisco, and go check out the networking events that the companies are having in the area. So as you've heard already today, there are numerous ways to get connected, to learn about what you want to do, and ultimately start interviewing at places. So down to the data. You guys are all engineers. I know this is what you want to see. This is our latest report from 2017, the 2017 graduating class. Some of you maybe have heard this already online with some of the webinars that we did. But as you can see, we have, as I mentioned, we have a very engaged alumni network. So we have a lot of people respond to this. So our survey always gets about an 80% response rate. So we have a lot of data from 2017. The average salary was over $90,000 from 2017. I'll go into salary a little bit more in a second because I know that's a very popular question. I'll break it down by department. 84% find their job in the spring or within 6 months of graduation, which says that some recruiting happens in the fall, some job offers also happen in the fall, but the majority is happening in the spring and summer months is when students are reporting that they're finding their jobs. We always have people, as mentioned, that are starting their own companies out of this program. 2017, we had 2 people, 2 founders. Overall, we've had 30 companies come out of the Masters of Engineering program. What's really neat about those, not only watching them grow, but they come back and they hire MN students. So that's a great thing. We do have people that continue their education, not in large numbers, but every year, whether it's their PhD, law school, medical school. So your options are open. People do go on to do those things. Blending those areas are really interesting for the right people. But overall, you're like everything in the program. It's what you make of it, how you customize it, and what you take advantage of while you're here. These are some of our top employers. So 2017, Tesla was one of our top employers. They recruit across the board, not only mechanical, but IOR and EECS students. We had 10 people in 2017 go there, and we have many more alumni there. After that, Applied Materials recruited 8 students, hired 8 students. Amazon, Apple, both hired 5 students from that year. Apple in general, year after year, is one of our top recruiters. We have over 30 alumni there. So speaking of the network, a lot of people, if they don't get their jobs at some of these top firms they're targeting, end up getting recruited later through the MEng network, which is how we have so many alumni working at Apple. Some of our other top partners, Microsoft, I mentioned them. We just hosted an event with them in the fall. We're hosting a similar event at LinkedIn. GM, who's a capstone sponsor, comes to do specific recruiting events, and not only to recruit, but really to spread their knowledge about what's happening in the automotive industry. So for those that want to go into autonomous driving vehicles, everything in that area, we're bringing in industry partners to teach you about what are the latest trends. And GM's a great partner in that area. In the fall, we're expecting to do another design challenge. So we pride ourselves on applicable skills. So we're doing a design challenge with Bose. So something you could add to your resume, a way to interact with industry. So that's what we really try and do. So we have some great partners. Again, we're in a great location where a lot of these people have headquarters, and a lot of our students do stay and work. So there's no great way to show all the different companies that our alumni are working at right now. There's hundreds of them. But as you can see from this graphic, it spans industries, location, company type. There is more on our website. There's more in the handout in your folder. But this gives you a little bit of a glimpse at where some alumni are working right now. And then in terms of location, we are a global network, but I'm going to focus on the United States right now. From the class of 2017, so that's still the data that I'm working with right now, we had students go to 18 different locations, 18 different states in 8 different countries. But the majority of them do stay in the Bay Area. 88% of that class stayed in the United States and 62% stayed in the Bay Area. So there's a lot of industry around here. Once people come, they don't really want to leave. I get it. I've been here 10 years. I haven't left. But they do go to other locations in the United States, and that's industry dependent. So we have people go to Boston. There's a huge biotech hub there. Some of our students that are interested in energy end up in Houston. Austin, again, is a biotech connection, Southern California. So it depends on the industry that students are interested in going in. Microsoft being a big recruiter, you'll see Seattle's on here. So students do span outside of the Bay Area. A lot of people do stay in the Bay Area, though. Okay, this is our salary data. And you can see there is a span. You can't compare yourself to different departments. A lot depends on the job type, the company, what department you're graduating from. In terms of the signing bonus, about 50% of our students get signing bonuses, so not everybody gets a signing bonus. Again, that's dependent on the industry that you're going into. Everybody's different. Part of the services that we provide is to help you to negotiate the offer for you. Figure out where you want to go and how you can put your best foot forward. Some of the things that we really pride ourselves on are students are going into industry and they're excelling in these leadership roles. If they don't start a company out of the program, they're doing it a few years later, and they have the skills to do it. And people in the program, as you see, some have work experience, some don't. So a lot informs this data, but we like to put it out there because it is always a top question. And for those of you that like to see the titles, here are the different positions that people go into after the program. Again, there's a more comprehensive list on our website and on the handout today. But this gives you an idea for what type of engineering positions. And then also a lot of our students do go into consulting. They do go into product management. They do go into program management. One of our panelists today is a product manager. So lots of different options for after students graduate the program. So that's a little bit about what the career development team does, who we are, what we can provide to students while they're in the program.